caught me in the middle of cutting some basil from my mom's garden. So, this is actually a reenactment of what happened yesterday. She asked me to grab some basil from the garden. It was pretty dark. It was like dusk. And I was like, okay. She's like, yeah, it's outside your window. And I was like, all right. She came in through the bathroom window. I was like, all right, sweet. I can do that. It's fine. So I go over there and I'm like, it's not very fragrant, but that's okay. Grabbed 2 of these and, it's like all proud, come back in and like, the basil, it's cool, very seasonal. And it's a weed. She was like, oh, sweetheart, those are weeds. So went to the other side of the house and found this. Yeah, I'd say so. So, we trying to die today? I don't want to die. So obviously we did not cook with the weeds, but I figured that was a perfect topic for a vlog. So this one is weeding for dates and cakes. No, it is not some trendy verb made up for THC or elemental P. Not really much of a smoker or vapor or candlestick maker. I think there might be. Yeah, nature's fun. Keep getting poked with things. Ooh, not that part of the blog yet. So, and yes, right now I am staying with my parents. I know it's super glamorous, but it is trending right now, in case you weren't aware. Real talk. I was in Europe earlier this year, and all but 2 people I met that were in their mid-20s to mid-30s all lived with their parents. All lived with their parents. I was like, and the reason I found that out is because every time I'd meet someone and like we seemed to be friends or hit it off, they were like, wait, so you live in the States? Dude, can I come visit you in the States? And I was like, you can, but like where I live isn't really exciting because at the time I was living in Florida. So it's like where I live isn't, I mean, beaches are nice, but y'all have beaches here. And they're like, yeah, we do. We do have beaches here. And I'm like, every coast has a beach, but okay. That's false. But, close enough. Look at the wind. Anyway, so, but every single one of them would be like, I'm like, well, where do you live? Like in Argentina? Sweet. Like, do you live near a city? Like, I'll come visit too. And they were like, well, I live with mom and dad, but you're like, yeah, I'm sure you could like grab a couch or something. And I'm like, okay. And then I met a guy from New Delhi, the capital of, I almost said Ireland, starts with an I though, India. And same thing. And I was like, he's like, yeah, me and my sister both live there. And I was like, all right. And like everyone I met lives there, but like the only 2 people that did not was this girl from Hungary that did tours and such in Madrid. Super cool girl. Spoke 3 languages. Like, I got nothing on that. I was like, damn, I thought I was doing okay. But like 3 languages? And English was her 3rd. And I was like, damn. So, Hungarian, Spanish, and then English. Pretty impressive. And at one point, she was speaking them all like within the same, like 5 minutes. It was crazy. Because she was talking to me, because I only speak English. And I speak sign language, but most people don't speak it, It's just kind of use their hands. I don't really know what I'm talking about this, but we're just going to go with it, okay? So, she was one. And then the other one is my friend in Ireland, like about Dublin. And she has like a 3-story house. That's just her and her son. It's really sick. And we drink a lot of tea, because that's what they do over there. Spot of tea. I know that's English, but I don't have the Irish accent down right now. I'm sorry. And you think I would. Thank you, Vanna. So this weeding episode for dating is going to be surprising who the perpetrator is. So listen up, Buttercup. So I was talking to this guy for a couple days. I don't have a very, very thick accent. Like you would need to like cut it down with some like frothed milk or something. I'm not really sure. And so he was like, but I guess people have been turned off by that before because he was like, oh, does my accent, like, is that too thick for you? And I was like, I don't really have a thickness margin where, like, if your accent is between this, then, yeah, it's a no-go for me. It's a no for me, dog. So, anyway, so we scheduled for Monday to go out, and he lives in uptown Dallas. So that's a bit of a hike for me. Like, you have to pack a lunch and a couple snacks, especially, like, the time he was wanting to hang out, which was, like, 5:30, which is prime traffic. I mean, anywhere you live, basically, it's prime traffic. Some places more than others. Thank you, Austin and LA. So I kind of flaked on him because I rescheduled, but I flaked on him because one of my friends the friend that I went to Greece and Hungary with, he lives off West 7th in Fort Worth, like literally off West 7th, like that's the street, and then like across street. Because people always say they live downtown, but then it's like pretty far from downtown. Because I used to do that in Pensacola. Like I live downtown, but like in the residential part, not like above a restaurant or something cool. But downtown Pensacola is not that cool anyway. So, sorry. It is to some people. It's just not my cup of tea. I mean, Austin's not some people's cup of tea. Like mine. It's not mine either. Anyway, not hipster enough. Not hipster at all. And when you do call me hipster, I'll scrap. We talked about this scrapping, Stephanie. Knuckles up. So I didn't completely flake. I leafed. I know it was bad. And rescheduled for the next day because I was like, look, I am just about to start this new job, like part-time and stuff, because winners do that. Live with their parents and have a part-time job. Trending. That part's not trending. Just to let you know. Maybe we can start it. Then we really would be a hipster if we're starting trends over here. I did it first. Anyway, so we rescheduled because my European friend, he's from here, but we gallivanted Europe together. Went to 3 different countries, which is kind of cool. And that was only the second time we hung out. So we both could have killed each other. I tell him that all the time. I'm like, we both are like risky, courageous people because we both could have been serial killers and no one would have even known because we were in another country. So like, get away with murder, literally. And there's a show about it. I watch it all the time. I take notes. So I do like to take notes, actually. I almost said it again. Rescheduled with him so that I could gallivant in Fort Worth with my friend. And he was part of the reason that he was the reason because I had other plans. So we stayed up all night. So that didn't help. So then the next day comes around and I flake and I'm like, look, I can't do it today. Like I didn't sleep at all last night and what were you doing? And I was like, and then actually I don't think he directly said that because I didn't answer and I'm not a liar. So if you like point blank ask me something, I'll say it. But like I definitely leave things out if I can when it comes to serial dating because you're not just trying to be like, yeah, I'm dating 5 other dudes. Like you're not going to get anywhere with that. And really, it's privileged information until they ask because they're probably doing the same thing, but it just doesn't do any good until you like start to weed them out and figure out which one is going to stick around. So, and don't put all your eggs in one basket. Just saying. This is not Easter. We're not dying or hard boiling or hiding eggs right now. So, how you like your eggs, girl? Fried or fertilized? So this is why you should weed people like this out. So I changed plans with him the first day. I flaked on him the second day. And then the second day he hits me with, as I'm flaking, he hits me with, well, that's okay. I wasn't really looking forward to it anyway. I was like, ooh, I deserve that. I deserve that. Let's go, sir. Let me know. So I was like, oh, not vibing? And he was like, no, I just could tell. Like the first time you canceled, and the second time I just expected it. And I was like, okay. Well, like I said, in between jobs right now, about to start a new one, but to use that much gas to go, if it's like over an hour and 15 minutes, not including gas. So what? That's 2.5 hours round trip for like, I don't know, just logistically it didn't make sense. And I'm usually an emotional being, but I was just like, I'm only going to be here a couple months. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And he was like, we can just be friends, winky face. And my friend, the one that I hung out with in Fort Worth, said that. He was like, nah, dude, he's just trying to sleep with you. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, but he seemed nice. And he's like, don't they always seem nice? And I was like, anyway, he goes, well, you still could have gone last night. And in my head, I was like, no, I couldn't have. I had other plans. but I didn't say that. And also, I kind of maybe possibly hid him from Snapchat from seeing where I was. Yeah, because I'm 14 and that's what we do, apparently. I'm not a complete idiot. And then I was just like, why start something that I just can't finish? Seriously, though. So then he's like, okay, we'll come over after, because he had this meeting at like 7 at night. And so he was like, well, why don't you come over after? And I was like, he's like, we can watch Netflix. And I was like, I never Netflix and chill on the first date. And he was like, LOL. And I was like, but for me, like, I actually don't regret postponing it, because you have to prioritize when you're dating. If it's something that's really important to you, and you have to be prepared for it to be like a Marsha situation where she like lets go of the one guy because he's super nice, and she's like, oh, something suddenly came up. And then the guy that she's super into, that's like hot and like, the football player or whatever, says the same exact line to her, and then she like boohoos to the other guy, and he's already over it. And so it's kind of one of those situations where it's like goes around, comes around. Thank you, Justin Timberlake. Spends the nights at home. He never comes home. So you kind of have to prepare for that. But at the same time, if you're going to put in the time, is the end goal worth it for you? So for me, I don't know. I think I still have a message from him. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. Don't know if that's my cup of tea. So if people are changing plans on you or canceling on you last minute, it's super disrespectful. And I knew that, because I hate when people do that to me. And it's like, dude, I like literally scheduled everything around this. And then that was one thing that he did say that was kind of like guilt ridden, was I almost canceled that 7 o'clock meeting so that we could spend more time together. And I was like, in my head, I was like, yeah, but how did you know that I was gonna be worthy of spending that much time together? Like, I always question that when people are like, yeah, like we can, like I had this one guy we did in Charleston, and we had a really good time. He was a lot older than me. Like, when I first moved to Charleston, I was 26. So he had to be like 44, 46. I mean, he was like significantly older. Can't remember if he had kids. A super grizzly looking guy, super nice. But like, that's about it. He was funny, so that goes a long way in my book. But we were hanging out, and he was like, let's go to Savannah. And I was like, are you sure you're going to want to tolerate me that long? Because Savannah's a 4-hour round trip. So logistically, I'm like, what's going to happen if halfway through the trip you hate me, or you make a move and I'm not down, or, I mean, I wasn't going to make a move because, like I said, he was funny and that was kind of it. But I just couldn't risk being stranded in Savannah. And sure, there's Uber, but a 2-hour Uber drive, that's obscene. So might as well get a flight at that point. So they better have like caviar in the back. Rims like it's attached. I know I referenced that last time. So I guess weeding out what you even want and what any little tidbits is crucial to any kind of dating. Cereal, Christmas tree. I don't know. I don't know what kind of other datings there are. I guess there's like candy dates. But yeah, so be sure to weed them out, including myself. So, like I said, everything that I vlog about or blog about has happened, and there's plenty of times that I've been the bad guy. I will attach for you the, oh gosh, what was that blog called? Hippo, something with a hippo. It's really funny. I like it a lot. And hippos are an aggressive animal, and I like them a lot because they don't take no shit from nobody. So, but look at it below. Like I said, I am not just writing as a victim here. I'm just writing and vlogging. Just let you know that it's a jungle out there. Dun, 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 dun. It's from my favorite show. If you can figure out what show that is, like, you might be the coolest person ever. So, it's the theme song. Anyway, Dates and Cakes, I'm out.